Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a short little practice to build some back strength and also relieve some tension. To warm up, we're going to start in a seated position. Choose whichever position is comfortable for you, making sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. Let's start taking a few deep breaths to bring our awareness to this moment. Breathing in deep through your nose. And on your exhale, allow any tension that you might be holding in your face or in your shoulders to just melt away. On your next inhale, raise your gaze up towards the ceiling, allowing the head to fall back. Exhale, looking down towards the ground, allowing the head to come forward. Let's do a few more of these yes nods, moving on your breath. Slowly coming to center. This time we were going to move our gaze from side to side. Inhale in one direction and exhale in the opposite direction. Let's do a few more of these, making sure to move at a nice, steady pace. Bringing the head to center. Let's do some full circles, moving the head slowly in one direction, coming to center and then doing a few in the opposite direction. Try and take your time with these and be mindful of where you might have extra tension stored. Feel free to go ahead and pause this to give those areas a little bit more attention. Let's move on towards our shoulders. Looking straight ahead, slowly raise your shoulders up towards the ears, bringing them backwards, down, forwards, and then back up towards the ears. Let's switch and do a few in the opposite direction. Slowly coming to center, let's place the right hand on the mat beside us, taking the left hand and reaching overhead as we head into a side stretch. On your inhale, raise up, and on your exhale, bring the hand back down. Let's do a few more of these. When you're ready, we're going to switch and do the opposite side. So left hand goes onto the mat, right hand goes overhead. You can do as many of these as you need, making sure to move on your breath. Making our way to center, take a nice inhale and interlace the fingers. Let's roll out the wrists as we're prepping for some floor work. Releasing the fingers, we're going to extend our hand out in front of us as we do a forearm stretch and pull the fingers in towards the body with the opposite hand. Make sure you have the shoulder relaxed and away from the ear. Let's flip our hand, allowing the fingers to point towards our face. And let's do the same on the opposite side. Give your wrist a little shake before we make our way onto our hands and knees into tabletop. Placing our palms in line with our shoulders and knees in line with our hips, allowing the back to be stretched. Take a full breath here before heading into cat-cow. So on your inhale, drop the belly towards the ground, open your chest, head goes up. Exhale, round the back, head comes down, pushing away from the ground. Let's do a few of these just to warm up the spine. Let's make our way to center, neutral spine. Tuck the toes under as we head into downward dog, so pushing the hips up all the way towards the ceiling, adjusting however you need to. Taking a nice deep breath as we pedal out the feet. Feel free to allow the hips to swing from one direction and the other as you pedal out your feet. This will also be helpful to warm up the lower back area. Steadying into our down dog, let's push our hips back as we take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, I want you to raise your left leg and bring it in between your hands. We're going to make our way into high crescent lunge. Adjust however you need to be able to get here. Take an inhale, raise your hands overhead. On your exhale, bring the palms together to heart center. Let's twist out towards the left in the direction of the bent leg. Taking a nice breath here before placing the left hand on the extended leg, raising the right hand overhead. Taking one more deep inhale, and on your exhale, cartwheel the hands towards the ground. Adjust the front foot however you need to as you place both palms on the inside of your leg. And we're going to gently twist it out to the side. So first to the left and then towards the right. Feel free to go ahead and place your knee on the mat if that's more comfortable for you. Alternatively, you can stay in this position. Opening up once more towards the right, let's place both hands on the mat and slowly step into plank. Taking a nice full breath here. Before placing the knees, chest and chin onto the mat, untuck your toes and let's raise up into cobra. Doing a few cobra pulses. Inhale, raise up. On your exhale, lower back down. Make sure to point the toes towards the back of the room, engaging the legs and your glutes as well, keeping the hips nice and steady as you move. Coming into our last cobra, let's take a nice deep breath here before lowering down gently. Tuck the toes under and make your way into downward facing dog. Once again, adjust however you need to, yeah? And on your next breath, raise the right leg up towards the ceiling and then bring it in between your hands. Adjust however you need to make it into high crescent lunge. Take an inhale, raise your hands overhead. On your exhale, bring the palms together down to heart center. And let's twist it out towards the right this time, extending the arms out towards the side. Taking a nice full breath before lowering the right arm towards the extended leg, left arm goes overhead. Staying here for a full breath before cartwheeling both hands towards the mat. Adjusting the front foot to place both hands on the inside of the leg. We're going to head into some twists, opening up the right side, coming back down and then opening up the left side. Remember, you can place the back knee on the mat for more comfort. Try to move at a nice steady pace, taking breaks whenever you feel you need it. Let's do one more on the left before stepping back into plank pose. Taking a full breath here and then lowering down onto your knees, chest and chin. Then untuck the toes and head back into cobra. Let's do a few more cobra pulses. Inhale up, exhale, come back down to the mat. Inhale up and exhale down. Remember to engage the legs as well as the glutes. Heading into our last cobra, holding it here for a nice full breath. Before lowering down, tucking the toes under and making our way into downward facing dog. Raising the hips all the way towards the sky, allowing yourself to steady your breath. Taking nice deep inhales and exhale. Let's come down onto our mat as we make our way into child's pose. Allow yourself to get comfortable in this position. You can even go ahead and use some pillows or blankets or even a bolster. Bring your awareness to your breath as we try and steady out our breathing and bringing the heart rate back down. This pose should also feel really good on your lower back area. Take a nice deep steady inhale through the nose, and on your exhale allow yourself to just melt into the mat. Take one more deep inhale, and on your exhale slowly make your way up to a seated position. You can either stay seated on your heels or you can swing your legs around and come into whichever position is comfortable for you. We're going to roll out our shoulders a little, so a few circles to the front and then a few in the opposite direction towards the back. Just breathing nice and deep. Let's take one deep inhale through the nostrils as we interlace our fingers, reaching our hands overhead. On your exhale, bring the palms together and bring the hands down to heart center. Let's take 2 full deep breaths here. And on your next breath, place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly, bringing your awareness to your center. Allow yourself to just focus on your breath. Allow any tension that you're storing in your shoulders and in your face to relax. Feel free to stay here for as long as you need to. Alternatively, take one last deep inhale. On your exhale, you can lower down your palms to your side. We've come to the end of our session. I thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope that you've enjoyed it.